You know I love that organic cooking. I always ask for more. And they call me Mr. Natural. On down to the health food store. I only eat good sea salt. White sugar don't touch my lips. And my friends just always begging me to take them on macrobiotic trips. Yes, they are. Oh, but night I take out my strong box that I keep under lock and key. And I take it off to my closet where nobody else can see. I open that door so slowly, take a peek up north and south. Then I pull out a hostess Twinkie and I pop it in my mouth.
Sorry, folks. It's the Blog Talk Radio conversation called The Question with me, Doug Paget, your host weekdays, and joined on Monday mornings at 10:30 with natural health coach Shelly Paget, who's right here in the studio. There she is in all of her lovely and all of her glory. There she is. And sorry about that beginning there. Blog Talk Radio had a little refresh on my screen. I had to wait for it to catch back up. So here's the mama. You can see she's got her goods in front of her.
A few of them.
See, she's got it going on, and it's the day after Mother's Day and 3 days after Shelly's birthday.
Happy, happy.
Happy, happy, happy. 44 years old she is. Looks pretty good for 44, don't you think?
What are you bringing that all up for?
Because you're 44. It's just the way it is. Is that all right?
I guess so. Some days feeling like it's a little bit better. Usually on Mondays, kind of it's my day at home, hanging out, cleaning, making appointments, doing bills, that kind of stuff.
Better than the radio show.
I haven't worked out, haven't showered, so not usually looking my most fresh. So don't judge my age at the moment.
Well, we can make the camera all faded.
Yeah, just.
Yep. Yep. Well, hey, this is Shelly doesn't know yet, like the rest of some of you know, that we're going to start going to a 1 day a week format of the show in the summer, as opposed to every day because of the travel schedule with the live occurrences. And Shelly won't be on the next 2 weeks because she's traveling to.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah, so you could talk about it, unless you think you're going to have some freedom out there, and you could call it and give us updates on the show from the call in out there.
It would be really interesting if I do.
Mm-hmm. In fact, you folks are welcome to call in too at 646-929-1199. You're welcome to join in the show. Those of you that I can see that are in the caller queue, if you would like to ever join in the show, just I think you push number 1, and it lets me know that you want to be on the air. So feel free to let me know if
Which
you want
would
to
be fun to interact and tell us what you're thinking and what you agree with, disagree with, ideas.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's talk about where
look
I'm
at
going.
you have a whole. Okay, you want to talk about what you're
we have
going
a couple
first.
things going
no
on.
problem there. And I'm going to. I should remind you too. We're breaking the show now into 10-minute segments. We just keep talking, but every 10 minutes I have to break in and save the audio or save the videos.
Why is that?
I'm trying to post it up on YouTube, which they have a feature to do that automatically for you.
Oh.
And it makes it easier for people to move that video around. But
Okay.
they won't take anything from common folks like me longer than 10 minutes.
Okay. But if you could put a flute by your mouth and play that and
See?
beatbox for
So
20 minutes.
I'm telling you, there's a video on the YouTube that has a beatboxer, two rapper beatboxer guys.
It's amazing.
At a Google event, and that's 18 minutes long, and they get to have more than 10 minutes. So I don't know. Maybe I don't have. Maybe you pay for it. I don't know. Maybe you can go into YouTube and pay for longer segments. But anyway, we're not. We're going to break these into 10-minute segments. So.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just keep talking.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing that's up is I am going to be going away, and for me it's a learning experience, and I do this natural health stuff and got into it because I was, really sick years ago, and I feel like I handle it, maintain it, do a really good job, but I believe there's underlying little things going on that have to do with thyroid and things like that. So I'm going to go and see if I can spend 2 weeks on me and my health that I know it would take me forever to try to figure out just in my daily life. So the place is called the Creative Health Institute. It's in Michigan. I'm going with a friend of mine who's been there before, and it's all raw foods, and I have to work in the garden, so I learn like some gardening stuff. You definitely have to work in the kitchen, so I'll be prepping my own food. You do a lot with a Vitamixer, which if you guys don't know is like a big monstrosity of a blender that I always used at a juice bar. And you can blend up, and I know you have to do like kale drinks, so you actually like here I have a juicer, so I juice the kale and the, other vegetables and fruit through the juicer and just get the juice and drink it, which you've seen me drink here. And there you blend it all together in the blender and drink some thick concoction. So wheatgrass enemas.
Now, not
whole
just
deal.
wheatgrass enemas. From what you're reading in the brochure, it said daily wheatgrass enemas.
3 times a day.
3 times a day, wheatgrass enemas.
Imagine, and you think I'm going to have time to call in?
Now, I'd like you to call in during an enema.
That's
what we would like. Why don't you schedule one of those
That is
3 a day enemas right at 10:30?
schedule them myself. And colonics.
Oh,
So-
call in during a colonic and tell us how it's going.
No.
Now let's explain to the listeners who don't know what an enema is and wouldn't know an enema from a colonic if it happened to them.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's start with the live food, though. So you go there, and it's all raw food. And so I'm a proponent and think that raw foods are amazing and very, very
Well,
good
tell
for
people
us.
what raw food means. For those who
Anything
don't
that's
speak.
not cooked above 108 degrees.
So you could have a steamed broccoli, and that would still be raw, that kind of
Mm.
thing.
I'm not sure what they're going to say there, but in my mind, if it's cooked less, because then the enzymes are there. So people usually categorize raw foods as anything where the enzymes are still remaining in it. The enzymes are cooked out of it above, it's either 108, I think it's 108 degrees. So then the enzymes aren't in it, which aren't there for proper digestion. And again, like everything else, it's kind of a mixed bag. I find the middle road. Some things are better eaten cooked, for sure. Some of the hardy winter vegetables, obviously I'm not going to eat a raw potato.
Yeah, raw potato or kale or
But
something.
yams and sweet potatoes and some white potatoes are good for us, so we should be eating them. So I don't think everything should be raw. I also believe that living in the climate we live in, we should not be eating a primarily raw food diet. I think in the summertime, 75-80% raw is optimal. In the wintertime, about 50% raw is optimal.
But
So-
when you go here, they're going to serve you raw
It's
food.
100% raw.
100% raw.
And it'll be like we'll learn how to sprout nuts and grains and make almond paste and just all kinds of stuff the raw way. Raw foods requires a huge amount of work. In Minneapolis, if you're from here, we are very fortunate to have a lot of foodies in our area, and there's a great restaurant called Ecopolitan, and it is a raw food restaurant, but they make like their own flatbread crackers out of raw like sprouted grains and nuts, and you can get pizza on it, and it's delicious. But we don't mostly use that. So anyway, I'm going to go there to try to boost my immune system and see if I can just do some things that are on my list to do here, which is what I have this tray in front of me. But I don't have time, think about it, whatever. So I'm going to just go there and see what I can figure out. Creative Health Institute in Michigan.
Creative Health Institute
And on their
in Michigan.
on their tagline it says, "We are not a spa."
Oh,
It's not a spa.
so it's like going to be hard work.
It's going to be me doing the work. It's not somebody, I'm not sitting out by the pool lounging while somebody, puts on a face mask and does a pedicure and a massage. That's not happening.
I don't see much wrong with that, but I'm glad you're not going to be doing that. This is a Blog Talk Radio conversation called The Question, Mondays at 10:30 with Natural Health Coach Shelley Padgett. This is part 1 for those of you watching on the video. You're welcome.